Hello, everybody. I'm Richard Osman. How lovely to have you along for another week on House of Games. I'm joined by four famous faces all week. They're going to be playing ridiculous quiz rounds, and at the end of the week, one of them is walking away with this terrible, terrible trophy. Let's meet, shall we, this week's players. They are Alex Brooker, Sophie, Charlotte Hawkins, and David Baddiel. Welcome, welcome, one and all. How lovely to have you here, Alex Brooker. You strike me, Alex, as a competitive gentleman.
I am quite competitive, and having watched the show before, I think the emoji rounds, if we play any emojis, I think they're going to be... That's where I want to get the big points.
Simply in one round across the whole week. That's where...
I'm setting my sights big.
I think there's a maximum of 2 points available in that round, but you're planning to stockpile just in that round and live off it for the rest of the week.
100%.
OK, well, good luck with that. Sophie, are you a quizzer? Stand-ups do very, very well on this show, I regret to inform you.
That is surprising, because we're also...
Yes?
self-obsessed.
Yeah, I know, it's weird,
question
right?
about me.
Yeah.
I'm not a quizzer, but I care a lot.
Oh,
so I
great.
feel very emotionally invested.
Brilliant. What I love is someone who's emotionally invested but doesn't know the answers, because it just makes for great television. Charlotte, lovely to have you here.
Probably. Lovely to be
perfect.
here.
Now, someone's going to win this trophy, Charlotte, at the end of the week. OK, but every day there's also a daily prize. Would you like to take a look at our first selection of prizes?
I would love to.
So that's you're such a pro, Charlotte.
I'm
That's
here for
exactly
the
what I
prizes.
need. Exactly what I need. You can take home one of these. There is the House of Games robe, bread bin, the shower curtain, there's the towel, and there is the cocktail shaker. Which of those takes your fancy?
That's a tough choice, because
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
I was going to go for the robe, but I think the cocktail shaker, absolutely. You could make a phenomenal cocktail with that one.
It's pretty classy. David, how lovely to have you here.
Nice to be here, Richard.
Who do you think is your main competition this week?
Everybody on this will be better than me.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, because you were asking before about whether people get sort of competitive and stuff, and I think I used to when I was younger, but I'm going to play the old card straight away and say there'll be loads of answers that I might know somewhere in the mists of my head, but the recall thing is not what it was.
So you've got to the stage of your career where you're an elder statesman.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I've got my excuse in early.
Beautiful.
Which is that I am old.
So you're like, oh, what, me, David Baddiel? No, I shall just, I shall sit in the corner and be very quiet, and if you need me, just ask me.
Yes, exactly.
Listen, lovely to have all four of you here. Great week of quizzing. I'm sure every time I press this buzzer, a new game comes up. I never know what it's going to be. You never know what it's going to be. So our first round is... Rhyme time. Fingers on buzzers, please, everybody. I'm going to ask you 2 questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. Very best of luck. Here are your first 2. Creator of Acorn Antiques. Fairy tale about a girl and a big bad wolf. David.
Victoria Wood and Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, me? I'm just an old man. I won't be... I shan't be able to answer a thing, I'm sure.
Luckily, it was a question that involved a person from some time ago.
Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood was from ages ago. Point for David, well played. Here's your next one. 1871 Lewis Carroll nonsense poem. And sport, played by Wayne Gretzky. David.
Jabberwocky and ice hockey.
Jabberwocky and ice hockey. Absolutely right, David. Well played. So old, isn't it?
I was getting all the points.
It's so sad to see the mind decline in such a way.
It's the 19th century questions that I'm
I
particularly
thought
hot
it was the Jabberwock. I abbreviated it.
Oh, and then
I'm
you're
young.
thinking,
It's
what
like the Jabber...
It's the Jabberwock.
And that could be an unfortunate rhyme as well.
Yeah. And Wayne Gretzky, he plays ice hockey, man. Here's your next one. Tom Clancy character played by Harrison Ford and John Krasinski. Pizza topped with ham and pineapple. Alex Brooker.
Jack Ryan, Hawaiian.
Welcome to the show, Alex. Nicely done. Here's your next one. Who is this? And capital city of India. Yes, that is Alex.
Lorraine Kelly, Delhi.
I'll give you that. Yeah, Lorraine Kelly, New Delhi. Well played. Here's your next one. Nickname for Florida. And what is the title of this song? That Lovely to have you singing along, Sophie.
I was so glad this was a step song. It's Hawaiian State 5678.
It's
Oh,
incorrect.
no, Sunshine State.
Sophie.
Sunshine State, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Beautiful. Very well done. Very well done.
I got
Hawaiian State.
I was still thinking about the pizza.
I know. Well played, Sophie. Point to you. Fingers on buzzers, everyone. Here's your next one. What is this? And what is this? Yes, Charlotte.
It is a hyena and a pashmina.
Oh, is that right?
Wow.
Great answer. Well played.
I was just thinking what rhymes with champagne.
You're a lot more higher class. I was thinking what rhymes with Prosecco.
Well played, Charlotte. That is the end of that round. Let's take a look at our score, shall we? 1 round down. Everybody got off the mark in that round, which is nice to see. Sophie and Charlotte, you have 1 point each. We have joint leaders, Alex Brooker, David Baddiel, with 2 points. Well played. Let's move straight on, shall we, to round 2. And today, round 2 is going to be... distinctly average. Now, this is a pairs game, and in pairs games, the player in the last place gets to choose their partner. Sophie, today, why don't you choose who you'd like to play this with?
I think Brooker.
Play with Alex Brooker. Lovely. Charlotte and David, you are a team as
Good
well.
stuff.
Now, tablets out, please, everybody. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You need to write down a number as your answer, and I will take the average of each pair's number as their answer. At home, team up with someone or play by yourself on this one. See if you can get a good answer. Here's your first question. How many supermarkets were there in the UK in 2018? That's stores over 3,000 square feet in size. So,
Oh, I know. I've really no idea.
yeah, it's...
I think I've... Oh.
I mean, this is the one where sometimes if you're way out, and so long as your partner is way out in a different direction, occasionally you get a very good answer. OK, everybody is ready. What do you think at home on this one? Feels kind of impossible. Alex, we're going to start with you. Give me your reasoning, give me your answer.
I've gone for 150,000,
OK.
which is quite a lot, I've
Yeah.
realised, but it is actually quite a lot. That's an awful lot. Now I've just thought about it.
So interesting to see how your mind works, Alex.
Yeah.
Sophie, you've gone up or down from 150,000?
I've gone down. I thought, oh, maybe there's a nice bit of trivia in this question. So I
Okay.
went for...
Oh, 2018. That's nice. So your average is 76,009 is your answer. If you get it bang on, I'll give you 2 points. Charlotte, what were you thinking?
Yes, so I've gone for 50,000. Going on that size issue, there are a lot of smaller ones. So in the end, I just kind of picked a random number, to be honest with you.
That's so often how this round works. 50,000 says Charlotte. David, up or down from 50,000?
Down, I went 3,500.
Ooh.
So I think, heard the word 3,000 that you said about the feet and
Okay.
added 500.
You thought-
Added 500 for no reason.
So clever.
Yeah.
So clever. So your average, Charlotte and David, is 26,000. So we've got 76,000, 26,000. What are you saying at home on this one? Where are you? It's a hard one, isn't it? Let's see, how many supermarkets were there in the UK in 2018 and who has won the point? 5,900. Charlotte and David, you take the point. 5,944. Very well done if you were close to that at home. Let's take a look at your next question. According to the most recent UK census, how many people in England and Wales speak Cornish as a first language?
My wife actually, not as a first language, but she does speak Cornish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if I get this wrong, I'm in trouble.
You're in big trouble.
Excellent. I really, really hope you get it wrong.
Yeah. I can put 1 in for her.
What do you think at home here, speaking Cornish as a first language? Welcome if you are watching from Cornwall.
No, hang on, that's too much.
Charlotte, we will
Yes.
start with you. What was your thinking here?
So I went for 900. People in Cornwall, I have Cornish roots, you know, they're very proud of their heritage.
Yeah.
So, but I just questioned how many people would be speaking it as a first
As
language.
the first language, that's absolutely right. 900 is saying, David, does that sound reasonable to you?
Well, I went lower than that. I was going at the same kind of level. You know, I'm not Cornish, but Morwenna is Cornish, who I'm with, and she, you know, is very keen on Cornwall and can speak Cornish or whatever, but she doesn't have it as a first language. So I've gone quite low. I've gone 50.
So your average, Charlotte and David, is 475. Alex, what are you saying? 150,000?
No, I just took a zero off.
Oh, OK.
Went with 15,000. I started to think about it, then I just saw the imprint from my last answer and thought I'll just knock a zero.
Knock a zero off.
Off of that.
Sophie, up or down from 15,000?
I've gone down. I don't think I've ever heard anyone speaking Cornish. I think I've heard more people speaking Elvish than Cornish.
Ooh, 666.
Yep.
Says Sophie. So your average, Alex and Sophie, is 7,833. What do you reckon on this one at home? Where's your answer? So how many people in England and Wales speak Cornish as a first language, and who has got the point? 557. Very close to the average. Well done. David, you get the point. You'll be delighted to hear. Charlotte, you get the point as well.
Lovely.
Well done. Final question in this round. What was the total number of goals scored in the inaugural Premier League season? That's the season 92-93. What were the total number of goals scored in that season? Now, this is one you should be able to get. You bang on about football, don't you, non-stop? You don't bang on about Cornish and supermarkets.
I know that Moritz Volts of Fulham scored the 10,000th Premier League goal, and that was about 9 years into the Premier League.
That's of no help at all, though.
OK, everyone in. Sophie, we will start with you. What was your thinking and what's your answer?
I don't know the rules to any sports game except Quidditch, so I put 180 and then well done to all who played.
Oh, that's nice. 180, you're saying. Alex, you gone up or down?
I've gone up. I've gone for 725.
I was thinking about 800-ish.
Yeah, I was near there at the start. I've gone
Okay.
down a bit. I'm conservative now.
We'll see. Let's take a look at your average, Sophie and Alex. It is 452.5. I remember that half goal. Charlotte, do you have any thinking behind your answer?
No, I mean, I know nothing about football. I was trying to work out, you know, adding up the goals from clubs, working it out, but no. So I went for a complete guess.
Excellent.
But hearing what you've just said, I don't think I'm too far out from the wrong lines then. 800 I went for.
How about that? It's literally exactly what I would have gone for. I say well played, Charlotte. Going for what I would have gone for. It might be a terrible answer. David, up or down from 800?
Well, that was what I was going for, and I suddenly, at the last minute, thought, no, it was a great season. Blackburn won. It was great. I confused it in my mind, I think, when Dixie Dean used to score 7,000 goals a game. And so I went high suddenly and went for 1,300, which is probably...
1,300,
too
says
high,
David.
isn't it?
Well, your average won't be too shocking. Your average is 1,050. So you've got 452 plays, 1,050. What do you think at home? Where are you on this one? Let's take a look, shall we? How many goals are scored in that season and who has scored the point? Whoa, 1,222. Well played, David and Charlotte, and particularly well played, David Baddiel. Very nicely done. Cap this away, please, everybody. It's the end of that round. Let's take a look at our leaderboard, shall we? See what it's done to it. Sophie, you have 1. Alex, you have 2. Charlotte 4. David Baddiel, our leader, with 5 points. Well played, David. Move straight on to our next round, which is broken karaoke. We have a karaoke machine. It is broken. All it shows us is the first letter of each word in a particular song. But what are the songs? Your first category today is Motown. So these are some Motown songs. Here's your first one. David.
You Can't Hurry Love.
Must be. Let's take a listen. Well played. Yes, Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes. Here is your next one. Yes, Sophie.
All Night Long.
Oh, yes. Let's have a listen. God, well done. Well played, Sophie. All Night Long. Lionel Richie. Here's your next Motown song. Whoa. David.
What's going on?
What's going on? Let's take a listen. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Well done if you said that at home. Your next category is
Please be garage. Please.
It might not be. UK Garage 2002 to 2005.
Oh, Nordic.
Oh,
Songs from Nordic artists. There we go. Here's your first one. Oh, hello, Alex.
It's Bjork.
Bjork.
So quiet.
It's So Quiet by Bjork.
Oh.
Get out
wow.
of town.
No.
It cannot
If
be.
it is.
It's over.
Oh, that's amazing.
Literally,
Wow.
when you said Nordic artist,
You're like,
that's the
that's
first person I thought of.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm into garage and Nordic artists.
Yeah, so it turns out. It's So Quiet by Björk. Well played, Alex. Here's your next one. Yes, Sophie.
I believe it's Barbie Girl.
Oh, no way. Let's take a listen.
That is awesome.
Is it?
Oh, well played. Wow. Barbie Girl by Aqua. Aqua. Here's your final song from a Nordic artist. Yes, Sophie.
It must have been Love.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a little listen. Well played, Sophie Duker. By Roxette, who was Swedish. That is the end of that round. Let's take a look at our scores with 3 rounds down. And here's how we stand. Very close today. Alex, you have 3. Sophie and Charlotte, 4 points each. David Baddiel, 3-point lead on 7. Well played, David. 2 more rounds to go. Round 4 today is... But what's the question? Now, in this round, I'm going to give you the answers immediately, OK? Here are the 4 answers for this round. And they are osmium, Lucky Rita, Galileo's middle finger, and nothing. OK? Those are the answers for the round. David, I wonder if you could choose an answer for Alex Brooker.
Oh, Lucky Rita.
Lucky Rita. OK. Alex, your answer in this round is Lucky Rita.
OK.
But what is your question? OK, it's one of these 3. Here's your question. What name was given to the world's largest glass of margarita, which took approximately 300 hours to prepare? What was the nickname of the stewardess and nurse who survived the sinking of the Titanic and its sister ship, the Britannic? What was the name of the cat who was the honorary mayor of Talkeetna in Alaska for almost 2 decades until 2017? Lucky Rita is your answer. One of those is your question.
I mean, if you survived the Titanic and the Britannic, I'd
Yes.
count yourself as fairly lucky.
Exactly. It's like this, by the way, the first time either of us has heard the name Britannic, isn't it?
Yeah.
but come on, to survive that.
Yeah, I'd probably, that's, to me, that would, logically, I'd say that's as lucky as you're going to get. So, yeah, I'd say the middle answer there.
So the stewardess and nurse,
Yeah.
what do you think at home? Do you agree with Alex on this one? The answer is Lucky Rita. Is that the question? It is not the question. Let's take a look. What was the question? Largest glass of margarita. Well, there you go. There was a stewardess who survived both of those, and her nickname was Miss Unsinkable, which I guess is kind of even more... Yeah. She's not really Miss Unsinkable. I would say she's Miss Sinkable. I mean, she survived. She's Miss Undrownable, which is different. But Miss Unsinkable, I don't think so. Now, Charlotte, I wonder if you could choose an answer for Sophie, please.
How about Galileo's middle finger?
Galileo's middle finger. I was hoping someone was going to choose that. Sophie, your answer is Galileo's middle finger, but what is your question? It's one of these 3. What topped a 2013 poll by a major music streaming service of misheard lyrics in relation to the Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody? A hand is an ancient unit of length, originally based on the length of what? And what is on display under inventory number 2432 in the museum formerly called the Institute and Museum of the History of Science in Florence? I mean, it could be any of them, to be fair.
It could be any of them. I really want to know what that museum is now called. The Finger Palace.
Yeah, nice.
I think I can't hear Galileo's middle finger in Bohemian Rhapsody when I sing it to myself, so I don't think it's that. I don't think a finger would be on display. Galileo would do a lot of measuring with his feet, like that's the only thing you can really measure with or insult people with, so I think the middle answer.
Middle
A
answer,
hand is an
rather
ancient
aptly.
unit of length.
Middle finger, middle answer. Let's find out, shall we? The answer is Galileo's middle finger. Is that the question? It's not. I would have gone for that, I think. What was the question? It's the bottom one. There you go.
Oh.
And it's now called the Galileo Museum.
Oh.
It's not called the Galileo Finger Museum.
But it should be.
Bits of Galileo.
And it was Henry VIII who standardised the hand as the unit of length. Sophie, I wonder if you could choose an answer for Charlotte now, please.
Of course. OK, I'm going to choose osmium.
Osmium is your
know what it is.
answer, Charlotte. But what is your question? It's one of these three. What is the densest naturally occurring element on the periodic table? What is the name of the ancient Egyptian god of water? Or what is the name of the fictional island in the George Orwell novel 1984?
Ooh, Egyptian god of water, because osmium, osmosis, you know, that could be to do with water. Name of the fictional island, 1984. Or the densest naturally occurring element. I am going to go for that one, the densest naturally occurring elements on the periodic table.
So osmium is the answer. Is that the question? Absolutely the question. Well played, Charlotte. Point to you. I always think it's named after me, because when you look at it, it's literally all it says is very dense and difficult to work with. OK, nice. Alex, I have a task for you.
OK.
I wonder if you could choose an answer for David Baddiel.
I think the answer I would choose for David is nothing.
Nothing. David, your answer is nothing. But
OK.
What is your question? What was given to the winners of the events at the ancient Olympics? What did the S in President Harry S. Truman's name stand for? Or what did Alexander Graham Bell say during the first ever successful telephone call?
Well, Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone call, I have always thought it's a bit weird because there wasn't another telephone.
Yeah, who's he
so
ringing?
who was he calling? But I think he did say something. I'd never heard the idea that the S in Harry S. Truman's name didn't stand for anything. The ancient Olympics, I have no idea. I mean, I know they, pretty sure they weren't given medals. I'm going to go for Harry S. Truman, that it might be some weird thing that Harry, like I know, thought it sounded better with an S in it. So I'm going to go for that one.
You're going to go for Harry S. Truman. What do you think at home? Do you agree with David? Last question of this round. So, David, your answer is nothing. Is that the question? It is the question. Well done. Doesn't stand for anything at all. He just thought it sounded slightly more impressive.
Right.
And the Alexander Graham Bell, Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you, he said. Mr. Watson thinking, geez, he's only had that phone 5 minutes. Oh, God. I wish I hadn't bought it for him for Christmas.
Why'd I give him a number?
Yeah. That is the end of that round. End of round 4. We have one round to go on Monday's House of Games, one round before we find our first champion. And here's how we stand going into that final round. Alex Brooker, you have 3 points. Sophie, you have 4. Charlotte, 5. David, our leader with 8 points, 3-point lead. Well played. One round to go, and that round is... Answer smash. Now, fingers on buzzers, everybody. Point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer. You'll see a clue, you'll see a picture underneath. Please smash them together. Very best of luck. One and all. Your first category is games. So you'll see a clue, there'll be a picture of a game underneath. Please smash those two things together. Here's your first one. In 2006, Justin Timberlake had his first UK #1 hit single with which song? Yes, Sophie.
Sexy backgammon.
Sexy Backgammon?
Of course.
Absolutely right. Well played, Sophie. Sexy Backgammon. Here's your next clue and your next picture. The system commonly used for tracking aircraft is known by what acronym of radio detection and ranging? David.
Radars.
Radars? Very well done. Radars, radar and darts, radars. Next clue, next game. In Star Trek, which character was played by George Takei?
Oh.
Anybody? Point for a correct answer, point off for any correct answer.
Oh, point
David?
off. Oh, I forgot about the point off. I'm Mr. Solodo or something, I'm going to
Oh,
say.
it's not, I'm afraid. You're not a million miles off, but I can't give it to you. Charlotte.
Is it Mr. Saludo?
Mr. Suludo is the right answer. Well played, Charlotte. Well
Ludo.
stolen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sulu and Ludo. That's the way to play the game. Point to Charlotte, point off for David. Your next category is footwear. So there'll be a clue. There will be some footwear underneath. I wonder if you could smash them together, please. Emily Blunt starred in a 2016 film adaptation of which novel by Paula Hawkins? Yes, Charlotte.
The girl on the trainers.
Well played. The girl on the trainers. Yeah, the girl on the train. Well played. Next footwear, next clue. Originally recorded by Big Joe Turner, which song was a 1954 UK hit for Bill Haley and his Comets? Yes, Sophie.
Let's rock and roller skate.
Let's rock and roller skate. It's not. It must be something like that, mustn't it? Alex.
Is it shake, rattle and roller skate?
God.
Oh, shake, rattle and roller skates. Oh, well played. Nicely done, Alex. Shake, rattle and roll and roller skates. I was thinking rock around the clock.
Yeah,
That's all I could think of.
in my head.
Next clue and next footwear. Which hedgehog is the title character of a 1905 story by Beatrix Potter? Yes, Charlotte.
Tiddly Winkle Pickers. Oh, Miss Tiddly Winkle.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not. I'm afraid you lose a point. Oh, that's so close. Anyone? Mrs. Tiggy Winkle Pickers.
Tiggy.
Tiggy Winkle. I'm so sorry, Charlotte. Mrs. Tiggy Winkle Pickers. Next category. That is the end of the round and the end of the show. Is that going to be all important? That lost point there from Charlotte right at the end. Let's find out, shall we? Who is our first champion on this week's House of Games? It is David Baddiel by 2 points. Well played, David. That last losing on that last, if you've got Tiggy instead of Tiddly, we'd have had ourselves a tie-break. David, congratulations. You're our first champion of the week.
Thank you very much. I believe it's a marathon, not a sprint, though.
Yeah, but it's a series of 5 sprints, and you've won the first one. That's the good news.
Yeah.
What prize would you like to take with you, David, from today?
Oh, yes. Well, I think I'm going to have to go for the gown.
David Baddiel takes home the House of Games robe. Well done, David. Congratulations. Let's take a look at the points everyone's taken through to tomorrow. David, you take 4, Charlotte 3, Alex and Sophie tied third there, so 2 points each. So very, very close. It's close all day today, Charlotte, and that last question as well could have forced a tie-break. See you again, same time, same place tomorrow. Look forward to it very much. We'll see you as well, same time, same place on the House of Games. Oh, look at that. I don't know
Where
why
are you on it? That's you on it.
And on the back, there's a big picture of me on the back.
Is there?
yeah.
Yeah, just to make it even weirder.